Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Today is Unconventional Materials Craft Challenge. That is a challenge that I host every other month, and I want to show you what I created. DIY number 1. I'm going to be using this bamboo cutting board from the Dollar Tree, and also I'll be using these wire hangers. They came from Dollar General for $1, bunch of them in a package, or $2 I think. I'm going to be cutting out the ends, as you can see over here, of these wire hangers. You can use plastic ones if you want, but I had wire ones on hand, and they look better definitely. After I have all 4 cut out, I will go ahead and get the bamboo cutting board, and I will mark out in the corners where I will drill the holes. After I mark all 4 corners, I will go ahead and take a drill, and I will also mark on a drill how much I want to go deep to go in. I don't want to go all the way through, just to make a little indentation in the board so the legs can go in. Now, as you can see over here, I want to show you on the other side, it did not go through, so I just made a little mark, and I'm going to do the same thing to all 4 sides. Now I will go ahead and take this black acrylic paint by Arteza. It is outdoor paint, which is very durable, but you can spray paint this any color that you want, or leave them white if that works for you. After I have all these painted, I'm gonna go over them with a Mod Podge to protect the paint. Now I'm gonna take this heat gun that I showed you in one of my previous videos, and I will just go over some areas of this board to make it a little burned, to just give it a little character, because I thought it was a little plain and I didn't want to paint it or stain it. And here it is, but of course this is a personal preference. Now I'm going to go ahead and take my legs, or take the legs that I created, and I will add a hot glue and attach them to the bottom of this board. Again, you can use any different kind of glue that you have. This hot glue is very, very strong, so it works for me. Now that I have all 4 done, here it is. There is the riser, or the little plant stand. I absolutely love it. I think it looks so beautiful, so modern. It was all made out of unconventional materials, and it was really, really easy to make. What do you guys think? Today's video is part of the Unconventional Materials Craft Challenge, which is a challenge that I host every other month. In this challenge, what I ask from others to do is just to get some supplies that are not intended for crafting and create some beautiful home decor. I want people to think outside of the box and look at things around us as supplies to create beautiful decor, and you don't always have to go out and purchase new supplies. This month co-host is Dee over at Designer's Loft. I'm going to have her channel linked in the description box. If you haven't visited her channel, please go ahead and do so. I'm sure you will love her. Also, I will have a playlist linked in the description box, so you see what everybody else created. And if you want to join us next time I have this challenge, please do so. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I am so glad you guys are here. I have a lot of budget-friendly DIYs on this channel, decor ideas, thrift flips, and some home improvements DIYs. They're coming up. If you're returning, thank you so much for all your support. If you like some of these things, please stick around, click the like button. It means so much to me and helps my channel getting promoted on YouTube. Also, subscribe. I would really, really love to have you. Make sure you have your notification bell on set to all, so you don't miss any of my future videos. I'm on Instagram, Pinterest, and Facebook. If you're on social media, come and say hi. Okay, DIY number 2. I'm going to be taking this crate that I had, it was actually shadow box, but I used it previously. And then I'm also going to be using these cardboard pieces of the box, and I will trace them to be as the same size as this crate, and I will cut out 3 of them just to make it more sturdy. Now I will use a wood glue to attach them together, put something heavy on top, and I'm going to leave them to dry completely for several hours. After that, after everything was completely dried, here it is. This is how it looks like. It's pretty sturdy. I'm going to be using a wood filler to fill out the holes on the side, or actually edges. You can use tape if you want, anything that you want. This really worked for me, and I like that kind of a rustic, old style. So this is how it looks like when it was dried. I'm going to be using the sanding block just to sand it a little bit, not too heavy. I didn't want anything to break. After I was done with this part, I will be using these two paints. So this milk paint by Falkart and Adirondack white chalk paint by Falkart, and I mixed two of them to get that off tan or off white color. On the top, I will be just painting the middle, the outside, and on the other side of that cardboard piece, I'm going to be painting completely. I will also give this crate complete makeover. I will cover it up with this paint. Now that I have all this done, I'm going to be using these wooden dominoes from the Dollar Tree. That's going to be my unconventional part, as well as this cardboard pieces. I will be putting them on the top of this cardboard piece in a brick pattern. So second layer, as you can see, second row will be offset, and the third one offset as well. Just a regular brick pattern. And then after I'm done, this is how it looks like. Now I'm going to be using again this wood filler to fill out in between. If you don't want this, of course you can skip this part and you can leave it as it is. I decided to do so, and then I'm going to leave this to dry completely. After it was completely dried, it takes about 30 minutes to really completely dry. This is how it looks like. I'm going to be using a sanding block again to sand out the top, just to make it really nice and smooth as much as possible. And then I'm going to be painting it with the same paint that I used for the rest of the box or crate. After this was completely painted and dried, I'm going to be using, this is how it looks like. I'm going to be using these little hinges that I had from something, I don't know what, and I saved them. And I will use that, of course, to attach the top part to the box or to the crate to create a box. First, I'm using just a dab of hot glue to keep it in place, and then after that I will go ahead and screw the screws in. These little screws also came with these hinges, and I'm using just my drill to screw it in, and this is how the box looks like. One thing at the end, I'm going to be using this Falkart antique wax and a chippy brush, and I wanted to go over this top just to enhance that brick look a little bit, not too much, just a little bit. And after that, here it is. I've seen so many high-end boxes like this, wooden or other material, and I wanted to make one, and I just did, and I absolutely love it. And I want to hear, what do you guys think about this project? And now I want to introduce you to my favorite place to get perfumes. It's Dossier. Dossier produces classic, high-end and luxury scents at a fraction of a price. And how is that possible? By cutting all the expenses and brand taxes. So not only that buying one of the Dossier perfumes, you're gonna smell like you're using any of the high-end perfumes, but also you're not gonna spend so much money. You guys know I'm a budget girl, and I love that there's something like Dossier. Another thing, their perfumes are colorant and UV filter free, vegan and cruelty free, and paraben and phthalate free. Also, their bottles, aside from the pump, are 100% made out of recyclable and sustainable materials. Their perfumes come in this beautiful, simple package, and the bottles are simple as well, which I absolutely love. The package comes with a card that shows you all the notes and what high-end perfume was it inspired by. This month I have tried two new perfumes. One is Floral Lavender, which was inspired by YSL Libre. It is a little bit sweet, which I really like, and it's perfect to go out or you know, some afternoon dinner or something like that. And the other one is Aquatic Peony, which was actually inspired by Giorgio Armani Acqua di Gio, and it is fresh and perfect for every day. If you go on their website, right underneath the perfume, you can see the difference in price, and I cannot stress enough how much you can save by using Dossier. Not only that they have a beautiful, sleek design and you save so much money, they really smell the same. I went to the high-end department stores to try their perfumes and compare, and they really do smell absolutely the same. One cute detail they added was a magnetic cap, which will help us never to lose a cap again. As you can see, Dossier has women, men, and unisex perfumes. They also have candles with all these scents that comes in a perfumes as well. They also have a quiz where they can help you realize what scent is perfect for you. Dossier has a risk-free system, so you can get to try perfumes before you commit to it, and you also have 30 days for return to get your money back. I do have a coupon code, which is 10% off. Code is BlondieNextDoor 10, but Dossier also has a welcome offer up to 20% off on their website. So you can combine that 20% off to my 10% off, so you can save up to 30% off with already very affordable prices to begin with. Dossier also has a new payment method that lets you earn store credit. So when you're checking out, select Catch at the last stop at the checkout, and you can earn a $10 sign-on bonus credit. Also, you can get rewarded with 10% store credit on every order. I really hope you go ahead and try some of their perfumes. Trust me, you will not regret it. Not only do they smell exactly the same like high-end, you will not beat the price. Thank you, Dossier, for being my partner and supporting my channel. On to the DIY number 3. I have this leftover off the wood floor. I have this for such a long time, and I'm going to be sanding the piece all over, especially where there's some scratches on the front. And then I'm going to be using wooden dowels because as you know, wood floor on one side has indentation and on the other side it has kind of like a lip, so they can right click into each other when you put them down. But to hide that, I'm going to be using bamboo skewers, which are perfect just to cover this up and add detail. And I'm going to be using this Gorilla Wood glue to put that in place. After I was done with one side, I will be doing exactly the same thing on the other side. Where's that indentation? And I'm going to be using 3 sets of these bamboo skewers because 2 will go straight in and one will then stick out just to resemble the other side as well. So to be completely the same and symmetrical. So after I was done with that, I'm going to leave it to completely dry, and after it was dry, this is how it looks like. I think it looks already so cute. Now I'm going to be using the wood filler to fill the spaces in between and also to fill out the top and the bottom edge like you see over here. I'm going to be sanding it a little bit, very gentle, and then I'm going to be using this gray chalk paint by Martha Stewart, and I will use a chippy brush and I will just lightly paint it. I really wanted just to cover up these imperfections as much as possible, but not completely to cover this board up. Now that this is done, I'm going to be using this Adirondack white chalk paint by Folkart and chippy brush, the same brush that I used earlier, and I will just distress it. After it was done, I'm going to be using these pots that came from the Dollar Tree from St. Patrick Day. And you can put 3 of these hooks and then hook them up and put a little greenery. That will work as well. I wanted to do something different. So first I took off the handles. Now, I don't know why I took 3. There was no need for 3, and you will see later why. I'm just cutting off the excess. And you actually need only 1.5 because I cut these in half. So I'm going to be using only half of the pot. And now that I have all 3 cut out, I'm going to be using a hot glue to attach them like I'm showing over here. Now, I made a mistake it will be easier if for two of them you cut out the bottom before you glue it. I didn't do it, so I had to went back like this and cut it out while it was already glued, so the greenery can actually go through, if that makes sense. But it worked out this way too. After that, I'm adding more glue from the inside, making sure it really stays in place. After that, I'm mixing black acrylic paint with the baking soda, creating thick consistency, and I will just dab with a chippy brush onto this new created vase, I guess. After this was done, I will go ahead and use the heat gun, but I'm going to put it on a cool setting, and then I will dry it a little bit, and after that I will leave it to air dry completely. After that was done, this is how it looks like. Now I decided I'm going to be using craft stick to put it on the bottom like so. So I cut out to size, and then I also cut out a little extra part that's going to be attaching it to the middle part of this plastic piece, and I'll show you in a second what I mean. So this is the little part, so to create kind of a T out of the craft sticks, and that's only so it can I'll be able to glue it to the base even better. So I'm putting a lot of hot glue on the bottom, gluing it to the base, and then I'm going to be adding a little more hot glue here and there to attach it. Otherwise it would be very hard to attach it just by plastic. And after that, I'm adding a little piece of greenery, and that's going to be it for this project. This one was very simple, super cute, and I think it's very versatile and just great addition to any shelf. Please tell me in the comments down below which one was your favorite, number 1, 2, or 3. Would you recreate any of these? Do you have any other ideas? Make sure to go ahead and check out the description box for the link for the playlist, as well as the Dossier website. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!